Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the Norwich Free Academy campus for tonight's ECC basketball matchup between the Fitch Falcons and the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats. NFA Basketball on YouTube is presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. High above courtside, I'm Michael Farrell. I'll be handling the play-by-play duties tonight with my partner Anthony Menard on color commentary, and have we got a game for you. As we celebrate senior night here at the Academy, this game has massive ECC implications. The winner of tonight's game will be the regular season Division I champion and will earn the #1 seed for the ECC tournament that is starting next week. The loser of this game is going to find themselves probably the #2 seed, with New London likely to be the #3 seed, and that's a semifinal game that nobody wants to play, I don't think. But here we are, a huge game. We were just talking about this has the high school basketball feel.
Old school energy in the gym this evening. The excitement is here, the enthusiasm is here. You got the old school coaches out, legendary coach Neil Curlin even came back for this game.
Right.
A lot at stake. Coach Brown has his team in position to do something special, and as does Fitch, and we're looking forward to a great game this evening.
I think, they talk about this a lot in football, but this is like a control your own destiny game as it comes to, the ECC and the #1 seed and getting that regular season title, which is important. So you've got that, and then you've got senior night, and how does the balance work here? Like how does Coach Brown sort of juggle all this? And, you want to honor your seniors, you want to play and win this game. Fitch won the first game by 6. Like, what's his mindset in a game like this?
I've been so impressed, and we've all been so impressed by Coach Brown all season, pushing all the right buttons, getting his team in position to challenge for a regular season title, the #1 seed in the ECC tournament. It's senior night, and he's taking a page out of legendary coach Dean Smith out of the University of North Carolina, starting as his seniors. Hats off to Coach Brown for always doing the right thing. Not if he didn't start him, that doesn't mean it's not the right thing.
Right.
But he wants to give these kids an opportunity to start, hear their name called for the first time probably in their career, and then he's going to settle things down quickly and get right into game mode.
And we want our sponsors to hear their name, and we're going to start off with our friends at Dime Bank. Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking, lives here. For more than 120 years, Norwich Public Utilities has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, you can always count on NPU. NPU is very excited to sponsor NFA basketball this season, and we are super excited to have them along with us. So we are getting underway with our senior ceremony. Nice little moment here for NFA to recognize the Fitch seniors. So we've got Xavier Good, Charlie Giannakopoulos, Shane Sebastian Smalls, Gabriel DeDios, and Joseph Fernowski for the Falcons. And for NFA, what we do here last night for the girls' game, it was the girls players and the cheerleaders. And tonight, it's the boys players and the dance team members. So the first dancer up for NFA is Marin Ballister, who, as you can see, is one of her escorts is Josh Lavoie. So talk about the full high school experience right there.
Josh Lavoie does it all. He shoots threes, he drives, he passes, and he escorts dance team members out on senior night.
Sure does. Next up is Abigail Hatch. And the dance team does an unbelievable job. I have dubbed them the ECC's best halftime show, which you will get a sense of at the halfway mark here. They'll do their performance at the start, and No doubt it's going to be a new routine that we haven't seen before. I don't know how these dancers maintain all of the routines they do. It's unbelievable. So that was Sophia Negron, and next up is Roxy Phillip. This team just came back from Florida, where they competed in nationals, were ranked 16th in the nation, which is kind of a cool thing. Our next dancer is Amelia Sujecki. Amelia is one of the captains, I believe, along with Marin, and I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm going to stop saying I believe I know who the captains are. The next dancer is Calora Simplice. Coach Ashley Caldera does an amazing job with this program at all levels. They were at another event this weekend where the JV teams took first place. So the future is bright as these seniors step away and some of the other kids come up. This is Ana Santos. Getting their pictures taken and moving along. Maylin Ventura is our next senior dancer. It is a nice moment. Parents, siblings, friends, boyfriends, whoever wants to come along, get their recognition. Dancers also get it in the fall too, because they have a team that does things then as well. Alyssa Ortiz, next dancer. Well orchestrated there with their movements, as you would expect dancers to be well orchestrated in all of their movements. Bailey Pangburn is next. Bailey, I know, used to be a competitive cheerleader, and she then decided she wanted to become a competitive dancer. They work hard. In fact, this Saturday, if you're looking for something to do, you can come to the Wildcat Dance-Off. Maybe we'll broadcast that next year. So, it'd be fun. I might need to get somebody else. Yeah, more knowledgeable partner. That is funny.
I wouldn't do Ashley Caldera and their team justice. Speaking of Ashley Caldera, she is one of the best coaches that you can possibly find in any sport or event.
Samantha Rios is the final dancer there. Yeah, Ashley decided a couple years ago that she wanted to try and have her own event, and the Wildcat Dance-Off was born. And it brings in teams from all over the state, which is cool. And it also brings in middle school kids. So it's multi-generational, I guess you would say. First basketball senior, number 5, DJ Desarduin. DJ is a fast man. I know he competes in track, and we will see him in the spring doing his thing outside track and field. He's going to get the start tonight. Next up is going to be Renee Montalvo. Renee wears number 4. We'll also expect to have him in the starting lineup tonight. Injuries plagued him at the start of this year, but he has been sort of a mainstay over the last couple of years. Quiet, but takes advantage of the minutes when he's in there, and we'll see what he can do tonight. One more senior for the Wildcats is going to be Jayandre Pontes. Jayandre wears number 2. He will start tonight, as he's been doing quite a bit lately. He's really come on strong as this season has progressed. Started in the New London game where he got double digits, and he's really been a presence underneath for the Wildcats. the height challenged Wildcats, I think, and he gets the most out of his 6'2".
In a lot of ways, he's the X factor. A lot of things he does goes unseen by the average person. He rebounds, he sets screens, he rolls to the basket, he makes all the dirty plays, all the garbage plays that are winning plays.
Right. So that concludes the senior night ceremony here. Our dancers, 10 of them. Our basketball players, 3 of them. I tell you, next year's senior day ceremony is going to be a little longer than that. As by my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 current juniors on the roster. So we're going to need to probably adjust the start time next year even more than we did this year. But that's a year away. We're not going to worry about that now. We have a game to worry about. So earlier in the year, Anthony, these teams played back on January 28th. It was a 6-point game, was the final score. The challenge for the Wildcats in that game was the start of the game and the start of the second half. Fitch ran out to a 9-0 lead. We cut the deficit at half, and then Fitch came out in the second half and ran off like 8 straight. So, but again, clawed our way back and made it a 6-point game. So hopefully, we're a better team since then, and Fitch has been up and down a little bit. I mean, it's hard to say you're 16-3 and been up and down, but 2 of their 3, we share common opponents in the losses. We both lost to Northwest Catholic. Fitch lost to Woodstock, in who we beat. Fitch just got beat by New London by 21 not too long ago, right, and we split with New London. So this is kind of like, A beats B, B beats C, therefore A must be better than C. I don't know how you figure this
out of the window. You have 2 highly competitive teams, 2 well-coached teams. The first game against Fitch was on the road. Fitch shot the ball really well at home. They're going to have to shoot the ball really well on the road this evening. But it's a long season. You start in November. It's now the mid-February, and it's tournament time. And the best players will step up and players who can make plays and coaches make decisions to help us win games.
If we look back at that game, the leading scorers for Fitch, Shane Sebastian Smalls had 15, Caden Simons Gaskin had 14, Xavier Good had 17, Charlie Janikopoulos had 13, and Sakis Reels had 9. As a team, they hit 12 three-pointers. So you're right. I mean, they hit 12 three-pointers. We hit 8, and they win the game by 6. Leading the way for us, of course, was Josh Lavoie. He had 27. Probably the game of the year for Jameer Ford. He had 18 in that game. Rashawn Klahar had 9. Carter had 4. Tavian Brown had 6, including 2 threes off the bench. So, they're not going to be bashful tonight shooting the 3. I mean, there were 20 made in that game, which means there were at least 40 taken, probably. So, this is going to be, I think we're going to expect to see an up-and-down game. Both teams want to run, but if you look at the short history, Fitch has won 3 in a row. Obviously, earlier this year, they won both games last year. So that's, this is another streak that we're hoping to stop tonight. On a per-game basis, the Falcons are averaging 70 points a game, and they're only giving up 54. They've scored 90 3 times. They've scored 70, in games decided by less than 10 points, Fitch is 4-1. So they're not used to playing close games. NFA offensively is averaging 62, and we're giving up 60. So a lot of close games for us. In fact, in games decided by less than 10 points, we are 6-4. We've only scored more than 73 times, but we're 2-1 in those games, and the one loss is to the Falcons. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means, but it's fun with numbers.
Well, there's three takeaways from all that. Number one, Fitch wants to shoot a lot of threes, and we play a 2-3 matchup zone. How do we adjust our zone? What does Coach Brown do to make sure we mark their shooters? I think number two, how does Fitch defend Josh Lavoie? Do they trap him? Do they try to deny him the ball? Do they try to take the ball out of his hands? he is number one on their scouting board.
Right, and he had 27 in the first game, so we'll see what they learn from that.
I'm not sure you can stop him, but you can certainly try to slow him down a little bit.
Right.
And then point number 3 is they want to play in the 80s. We probably want to play in the 60s. The sweet spot for NFA is probably somewhere in the low 70s to try to get the W.
It's just interesting when you look at, again, Fitch under Coach Kareem Brown in his first year. They're looking at 16-3. But again, their most recent game was Harding, which was Friday night. They only won by 3. And again, they had a 21-point loss to New London, which is just really hard to figure out. And then they lost to Woodstock, who we beat rather handily. So it's going to be really curious to see how this one plays out. Fitch ends their regular season. For us, we have one more Friday night, which is going to be another emotional battle up at Griswold, a rematch of the game earlier this year that was here that the Wildcats won, and that's going to be Griswold's senior night, and they got a huge senior team. So, a lot of emotions tied to that, but that's a couple days away. We got a bigger one in front of us here tonight. Fitch, as I mentioned, their losses, New London, Northwest Catholic, and Woodstock. Their wins came against Capital Prep, Bassick, Innovation, Wyndham, Old Lyme, big game there, Waterford, Ledyard, St. Bernard twice, so we matched them, beating St. Bees twice, Killingly, Crosby, New London, us, East Lyme, and Harding. NFA, our wins are over Killingly, Wyndham, Stonington, Woodstock, St. Bernard twice, East Lyme, Griswold, New London, Hall, and Waterford. Our losses all, find me a bad loss on this list: Newtown, East Catholic, New London, Northwest Catholic, Ellington, Fitch, and East Hartford. There isn't one. So, 11-7, couple of those games super close. Could be 14-4, but here we are. The fact is, we're here tonight. ECC regular season title on the line, and the number 1 seed in the tournament. Meeting the starters, first of all for Fitch, man, their big 3. Caden Simons-Gaskin, number 2. Sakis Reels, number 3. Both of them are juniors. Xavier Good wears number 5. Charlie Giannakopoulos wears number 10. And number 14 is Jamel Stone for the Falcons.
It's going to be a great matchup tonight, Mike. Both teams are battle-tested. Both teams are well-coached. Both teams have players that can take over the game. It's old-school high school basketball. We got a great crowd. We have tremendous energy here. It's going to be a good one.
Josh Lavoie starts for the Wildcats, 0. He's 11. Jayandre Pontes, senior, number 2. Renee Montalvo, senior, number 4. DJ Desarduin, senior, number 5. And Carter Stringer, junior, number 10. Now, you mentioned, and we've talked about the old school basketball feel. How about Kareem Brown, right? 2 titles at New London, back-to-back. 1,500-point scorer, and now getting his first chance as the head coach of the Falcons.
Kareem Brown was an outstanding player at New London High School. Actually, the first game I coached as a varsity basketball coach at East Hartford was against Kareem Brown and New London in his freshman year. And you could tell he was going to be a special player, and he turned out to be a special player, and he's certainly carving out his own niche as a special coach.
Who won that game?
We won that game, but we did not win very many that year, and neither did they.
All right, the national anthem is going to be performed tonight by Isabel Laguerre, and we will be back when she is finished. Go get him, Isabel. Isabel Laguerre getting some help from the crowd there to finish strong. It's been a great addition to the home environment here. And now, at last, it's about time to play some basketball. Student section is in their frat theme, which is interesting. Fitch has a modest student section. I expected them, honestly, to travel a little bit better tonight. But, you know, parking always at a premium NFA. Maybe they'll be strolling in. Concession stand's going to do a great business tonight. 3 officials on the court. Haven't seen that in a while. Might be our first time.
Let's hope the officials let them play a little bit. Let the players get settled in and they don't blow the whistle too early. Foul trouble can always plague a team early, especially in a big game.
All right, Giannakopoulos is going to go up against Pontes. And we are just about set to see who is going to earn the #1 seed in the ECC tournament and claim the regular season title. We got.
Good news is the shot clock's working, Mike.
So far, but somehow 3 seconds went off there. I'm not sure what happened there. Shot clock's been reset and the game clock is back reset. Little trigger finger over there on the table. Back up. Fitch controls the tap. This is Xavier Good, #5. He's got Montalvo on him. He's going to go right to the basket, and Pontes makes his presence felt early. Stringer to Lavoie. Ball is knocked away. Good's going to get it up to Simons Gaskin. He can't get it to go, and the rebound's pulled down by Sakis Reels.
Interesting, NFA starting off in a man-to-man defense, different from their matchup zone.
That shot is no good from Good. Rebound into the hands of the Wildcats, knocked into the hands of the Falcons. Xavier can't get it to go. Stringer pulls down the rebound.
Good sign for both teams. The referees are letting them play a little bit.
Lavoie. Josh spins, looking to go left, but gets it over to DJ. Desarduin's shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by Simons Gaskin. Sakis Reels, smooth shooter. Inside to Giannakopoulos, back to Simons Gaskin. That shot's no good. Giannakopoulos with the rebound. The foul won't go. Wow, that's about as down as you can go without getting 2. Lavoie's going to go. He's going to leave it, and it's going to end up in the hands of the Falcons. Here comes Simons Gaskin. Great transition move there. Gets the first points of the game. Fitch 2, NFA nothing. Montalvo, Pontes, Stringer, Lavoie. Shot clock's at 18. Plenty of time for NFA. Montalvo now at the top of the key. Stringer. Carter's going to drive. He's going to throw up a floater from about 10, and he's going to get it. Always good when Carter Stringer makes that first bucket.
Great straight line drive by Carter Stringer. Fitch is currently in a sagging man-to-man defense.
Simons Gaskin, Xavier Good. Good's going to go to the hole from the right side with the left hand, and Xavier scores his first bucket of the night. 4-2. We've played about 2.5 minutes. A lot of action, not as many points.
Fitch is really laying off Josh Lavoie, playing the drive right now. They're going to dare him to shoot the three-point shot.
Lavoie's going to give it to Stringer. Back to Lavoie. He's going to try the three-point shot.
Yes.
He's going to get it. Josh Lavoie first on the board with a 3.
Great start for Josh Lavoie, nailing that first 3, nothing but net.
Layup's no good from Simons Gaskin. Desarduin comes down with the rebound. Lavoie pushes to Stringer. Carter drives, can't get it to go. Into the hands of Fitch. Long release. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Going to be Wildcat basketball. First substitutions for the Wildcats. Angel Torres, Jameer Ford in, Renee Montalvo, DJ Desarduin out. This is the regular starters for the Wildcats.
Look for two matchups, Mike, how they guard Josh Savoy and how closely they're guarding Carter Stringer. They do not want Carter Stringer getting any three-point shots off.
And if Josh keeps up what he just did, they're not going to want him shooting that either. But again, there were 20 made three-pointers in that first game. 12 for the Falcons, 8 for the Wildcats. We've been the only ones to attempt one so far. Carter's going to try his long-range shot. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Good. Stolen by Lavoie, who's going to get himself to the line for the first time.
Josh Savoy is a bulldog. There's no other way to say it. He reached in, just took the ball out of his hands and got the foul.
Xavier Good, that's a first on him. Josh is going to go to the line where he usually finds himself 8 to 10 times per game. First one is up and good.
You know, Josh Savoy likes to go left. If Carter Stringer's on the left side, then they're sticking to Carter and not helping off of him. When Josh drives, Josh is going to have a clear lane going left.
J-Andre Pontes takes a seat on the NFA bench. He's replaced by Josiah Success. Lavoie makes one of two. It's a 6-4 lead for the Wildcats. This is Good. Xavier pulls up from the free throw line. Shot doesn't drop. Success immediately impacts the game with his first rebound. Back the other way come the Wildcats. We've played half of this first quarter. Seems like it's flown by. Lavoie looking for either Ford or Stringer is going to try to drive to the right. Nice pass to Success, and Josiah on the board for two.
What a dime by Josh Lavoie.
That might be the dime of the game. That might be. Simons Gaskin, three-pointer for him, no good. The first attempted three for Fitch tonight. Lavoie, Ford, Stringer. Carter's thinking about it. Gives it to Lavoie. Another pick and roll with Success, not this time. Lavoie pulls up from 15, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Falcons, and they escape again. Jamel Stone, I will say this, they're getting down the court faster than we are.
NFA has to rotate defensively. When Josh gets in the lane, someone has to sprint back in his place to stop the transition offense.
That's 3 or 4 opportunities for Fitch. They've only capitalized on one of them. It's 8-6 now with just under 3 minutes. Jameer Ford's first basket of the game is a good one. Remember, he had 18 in the first matchup on January 28th.
Smooth operator. Jameer Ford gets in the lane, going left, pull up, soft touch.
Xavier Good works on Ford, gets a shot off from 8 feet, and Xavier is good for another basket.
Remember, Coach Brown has that 2-3 matchup zone in his back pocket. Right now, he's sticking with the man-to-man defense, trying to make Fitch uncomfortable.
10-8 Wildcats. Ford, Stringer, Lavoie. He goes on reels. He gets it to Success. Nice block from behind by Jamel Stone. Nice design play there.
Another great pass by Josh Lavoie, going left. Finds Success. Success needs a gather, pump fake, get the guy in there and lay it in.
Gabriel Georges, number 22, checks in for Fitch. He replaces Janikopoulos. Rushan Klahar, number 15 for the Wildcats, replaces Carter Stringer. Ball goes inbounds to Klahar. He can't get the layup to go, and Good pulls down the rebound.
Transition defense is going to be very important for NFA right now.
Simons Gaskin, he can't find the bottom of the net. Lavoie pulls down the rebound, and back the other way come the Wildcats. Josh has kind of got numbers. He's looking for a foul. He's not going to get it. Referee says off of Josh. Fitch ball. 1:52 left to go in the first. The Wildcats hold a 2-point lead in this up and down pace. I like this move by the ref. Put the ball down, let's go. Send the message with that first one. Here we go. Good works on Torres. He's looking for help. He finds it. And George is underneath, and he makes an impact on his first shot and ties the game up at 10.
NFA, Fitch had NFA indecisive in terms of how they're going to guard that pick and roll right now. Help side has to come over to pick up the roll man.
Minute 25 left to go in the first. Klahar is going to try just inside the 3, and he's going to get the friendly bounce.
It's a great roll.
For his first bucket of the night. Simons Gaskin.
Here's the pick and roll again.
Success goes up in the air but doesn't fall for it. Simons Gaskin. That's going to be a 3 attempt from Sakis Reels. That doesn't go, and Lavoie the other way. Josh is going to go to that left side where he loves to go, and he's looking for another call there, and he's not going to get it.
Great defensive stop by NFA, contesting, helping on the drive, and contesting the three-point shot. Fitch has not hit a three-pointer yet.
0 for 2. 13-10 Wildcats, 54 seconds. I have it as 12, so I have to check the score. I'm surprised we haven't heard anybody yelling yet. Not sure how we get to 13, but that'll get straightened out. Josh made 1 of 2, and he made a three-pointer. Ford's three-pointer is no good. Rebound pulled down by the Falcons. Here goes Xavier Good. Gets right by Jameer Ford with no problem and nails his 6th point of the night. And it's on the board, it's 13-12, but I honestly believe it's 12-12.
Transition defense is going to be really difficult for NFA. They have to continue or at least try to rotate back and stop the ball in transition.
Lavoie's going to drive left, his favorite thing to do, and he's going to get his first non-3-point field goal of the night. Wow, that was a fast first quarter. 15-12 is the score. I believe it's 14-12. We will check into that. But first up, we are going to find a message from our friends at Dime Bank.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
We are back inside Alumni Gym for this huge ECC battle between the Fitch Falcons and the NFA Wildcats, playing for the #1 seed and the regular season title in Division I, and the Wildcats hold, according to the scoreboard, a 3-point lead after 1. So let's just check players here. Klahar, Lavoie, Success, Ford, and Stringer. Fitch has Stone, Reels, Simons Gaskin, Good, and Georges. NFA basketball to start the quarter. Lavoie works off a pick from Success, gets somebody in the air, but his shot won't go. Loose ball on the floor. Lavoie picks up, nope, that's on the floor again. Georges dives on the floor, and here comes Fitch with numbers again on the other end. Simons Gaskin gets his 2nd bucket of the night.
That's the 8th point in transition right now, Mike. NFA, again, sound like a broken record. They have to stop the ball in transition and get all the defenders below the line of the ball.
Klahar trying to find Success, literally, and it doesn't happen.
NFA's turning the ball over a little bit too. Josh Lavoie has 2 or 3 turnovers. That's a turnover by Klahar. They need to settle down, be strong with the ball. Fitch is active on defense.
Bryce Williams checks in for the Falcons. He wears number 4. He's a sophomore. And he's going to take a 3-pointer. That's no good. Klahar pulls down the rebound. Fitch still looking for their first 3 of the night. Klahar is going to try his. That's no good. And here come the Falcons back the other way. Xavier Good is going to find himself at the line. Foul was on Klahar. That's his first. Number 5, Xavier Good, the senior. He's already got 6 points tonight. He's going to be at the line for 2. No shooters bounce there. Giannakopoulos back in for Georges, who gave him a good rest. Got a quick bucket there. Good misses both. Ford pulls down the rebound. 15-14. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Plahar on the left side works on Williams. Gets to the basket, is going to draw a foul, and he's going to find himself at the line for 2.
Kalahar is an explosive, twitchy athlete. He's very hard to cover one-on-one. Got the ball in the left wing in an isolation, got to the basket and drew the foul. Great move by Kalahar.
Bryce Williams collects his first foul. Rashawn's going to get 2. He's going to make the first. So the only thing I can think about is that maybe one of the 2-pointers that we have was a 3 that I missed. I can't figure out this 1-point deficit. I have a message to the table, but no response as of yet. Plahar makes 1 of 2. It's a 2-point game for the Wildcats. They move the ball up the court fast. This is Reels, and Sakis Reels is going to get to the line.
NFA did a better job of matching up in transition. They had all the men marked, but you can't foul when the guy drives baseline.
16-14, Sakis Reels. He's a junior. Wears number 3. He's got 2 shots. He makes the first. So by my count, too, I've got each team shooting 3 3-pointers and only 1 made so far by the Wildcats. Again, first game, there were 20 made between the 2 teams. We'll see what happens.
Both teams making a conscious effort to take away the 3-point shot.
Reels makes them both. The game is tied at 16.
Interesting here, Carter Stringer bringing the ball up for the second time, trying to get Josh Lavoie off of the ball, maybe get him some action in the offense.
Pontes checked in at that foul for success. Plahar is going to go left on Reels. He's going to get there, but he can't finish. Simons Gaskin, rebound, coast to coast, bucket, Falcons lead.
They are fast in transition.
So it was 15-12 at the quarter. Fitch is starting out with a 6-1 run here. Is Josh Lavoie the answer on this possession? Is Jameer Ford the answer? Jameer gets the roll. Nice shooter's bounce there for Jameer Ford.
Josh Lavoie doing his best impersonation of Steve Nash, driving baseline in control and delivering the ball.
Bryce Williams with a shot that goes long. The Falcons attempting the rebound there. Last touched by the Wildcats. What are we looking for here? Towel? Not sure what's happening. All right, Sakis Reels going to trigger the inbounds, gets it out to Giannakopoulos. Back to Reels. He's got Klahar on him as the Wildcats are in a man-to-man, I think. Maybe they're not.
No, they're in a man-to-man.
Xavier Good, shot clock's at 15. Good's gonna drive. How does that shot go in? Xavier Good.
What a big-time finish by Good, finishing with the left.
He's finished with the left on the right side on all of his baskets. Jameer Ford gets that one knocked off of the Falcons, and it will remain Wildcats ball as they now face a 20-18 deficit. Ford, he's going to try 3. He's not going to get it, and the rebound is going to go to the Falcons. Again, too many easy buckets in transition. This is a recording. Simons Gaskin. Lavoie now. Wildcats down 4. Josh is going to try to cut it to 2. He gets no foul. He gets no basket, and here they go again. Xavier Good. Bryce Williams for a 3, and Bryce makes that, and that's going to be a timeout from Coach Brown. What a run here by the Falcons to start the second quarter. It was 15-12 at the quarter, so they have gone on a 13-2 run to start this second quarter.
There's 2 things happening right now, Mike. Fitch is obviously getting out on the fast break and getting to the rim. That was the first 3-pointer that NFA has given up. That was great offensive basketball by Fitch. Secondly, Fitch is really stymieing NFA with their defense right now. NFA is trying to run some sets, trying to clear out the left side of the floor, trying to get Josh avoiding some ball screen movement. But Fitch is doing a really good job of staying active, staying in front of the offensive players, and really getting their hands on a lot of balls. We fumbled the ball a few times in the lane.
So it's going to be interesting to see. You pointed out that on the last few times down, we had Lavoie not handling the ball. Mm-hmm. Is that going to continue, or does he feel like he needs to put the ball in his hands more often?
I think he's going to try a little bit of both. I mean, obviously you want the ball in Josh's hands as much as possible, but when the defense is geared to stop him from the center of the floor, I think it's a good move by Coach Brown to put him somewhere else on the floor and they get him involved that way.
Again, I love these refs are just putting the ball down and let's play. Good, Simons, Gaskin, Giannakopoulos, Reels, and Williams for the Falcons. Stringer, Lavoie, Pontes, Klahar, and Angel Torres for the Wildcats. Fitch now with a 25-18 lead. Klahar, shot clock's at 12. We're just at about the halfway mark of this quarter. Shot clock's at 5. Rushawn's going to drive, and he's going to get himself to the line.
Mike, let me explain to you what happened in that last possession.
Please.
Coach Brown ran a very detailed offensive set with a diagonal screen the screener, trying to get the ball in the post. Fitch defended that very well. Then they went into a ball screen to try to free him up, and then ultimately Klahar had to make a really big-time play getting to the rim. Great offense, the execution by NFA, but really tremendous defense by Fitch.
Klahar makes the first. He's 2 of 3 for the line so far. Success checks back in for the Wildcats. It's a 6-point lead right now. Rushawn trying to make this one and get it to 5. And he does. 3 for 4 from the line. He's got 5 in the game. Here come the Falcons. 5-point lead. Xavier Good behind the back. Ball's loose. Regains control. Nice feed to Giannakopoulos for his first bucket of the night, and it's back to 7. 3:40 left to go here in the half.
NFA spreading the floor here, looking to get some downhill movement towards the rim. Nobody better at this than Klahar right now.
Rushawn kicks it back out to Lavoie. He's going to get a foul on the way in. Coach Brown is like, please explain this to me. He's not happy with the call. It's on Williams. That's his second. It's the third team foul. Wildcats have 2. And here we go. Inbound, Success with it. Finds Lavoie. Drive, he's immediately swallowed up. Back to Success. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Stringer launches 3. Carter, Stringer, his first 3 of the night, and that's a good sign. That's
a smooth shot by Carter Stringer. He is an elite shooter, and if he gets going, that's a good sign for NFA.
Xavier Good, speaking of elite shooters, there's Caden Simons Gaskin, his first 3 of the night. And we went stretches without 3s, and now we've had 2 on back-to-back possessions, and it's back to a 7-point lead. Stringer tries it again, no good. Ball's tipped up into the hands of Good, up to Simons Gaskin. Good. Reels is going to try it. Here come the Falcons. Heating up. A 10-point lead out of nowhere.
It's a big possession for NFA right now. They got to get it under 10.
A 3-point deficit for Fitch at the end of the first quarter has expanded to a 10-point lead. Stringer, 3 no good. Success rebound. Josiah, nice move there to get that easy bucket for him.
Josiah, success with the soft touch.
Bryce Williams, he says, I'm going to bury this 3-pointer right in front of the NFA student section, and that's 2 threes for him on the night. 11-point lead for the Falcons. Stringer's going to try again. He's not going to get it. Rebound to Xavier Good. Xavier Good coast to coast. Too many times for that. Timeout Wildcats. What a flurry by the Falcons. 38-25. 26-10 here in the third quarter.
Fitch can score in bunches. They're fast, they spread you out, they get to the rim, and if you overhelp, they're going to shoot the three. All things are clicking right now for Fitch on the offensive end.
NFA basketball is presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. So what is Coach Brown saying in the huddle right now?
I think Coach Brown's going to emphasize two things. Number one, defensive transition and making sure they stay in front of Fitch players as they drive to the rim. And the number two, there's too much standing around in offense. He's gone to a 5-out offense, and it does make sense because he wants to isolate Josh Avoy and Klahar and see if they can get down the rim. But Fitch is get down towards the rim, but Fitch is ready defensively. He may have to go to a different offensive set right now.
So Simons Gaskin has 11 for Fitch, and Good has 10. All of Good's points in transition. 1:45 left to go in the first half. 38-25 Falcons. Ideally, the Wildcats can get this into single digits. Halftime, we'll see the dance team perform, and then my special guest will be Peter Whoppy from Game Day. I look forward to talking to Peter. And Josh Lavoie on cue comes up with another bucket.
Much needed basket for NFA coming out of a 1-4 high set.
Simons Gaskin, Reels, Williams, Bryce. He's got 2 threes already.
NFA is now in a 2-3 matchup zone, Mike.
Shot clock is at 15 for the Falcons. Williams fakes the 3, gets it in the corner to Good. Shot clock's now at 6. Xavier Good working on Lavoie. Josh tips it. Simons Gaskin has got to launch it. In and out. Jameer Ford with the rebound. Can NFA get it in single digits? It's 11 right now. Jameer Ford from 15. Can't get it to go. Long rebound to Simons Gaskin. Coach Brown says, let's work for one. Coach Kareem Brown. The shot clock and the game clock are about a 3-second differential. Xavier Good is going to milk this one a little bit. Shot clock's down to 15. Student section trying to get the defensive effort going here. We're at 8 now. Good starts to make his move. He struggles with it. Finds Bryce Williams in the corner to Reels. Back to Williams. Good defensive possession for the Wildcats. Shot clock violation. Good thing because Bryce Williams buried that 3, which didn't count. So now we have 2.5 seconds left. Tough for the Wildcats to get anything here, but we'll see. I was going to say, is Fitch going to come up a little bit?
Yeah, they're not going to let...
resetting the game clock to 3 seconds. Simons Gaskin is not going to let Lavoie get the ball easily here on the inbounds from Angel Torres.
Torres has to enter the ball here. You cannot have a turnover. Most important thing is get the ball inbounds right now.
3.9. Ball's up to Lavoie. Josh is going to get it off. Nope, but he's going to get fouled. And that will not be enough to send him to the line. That's going to be the 4th on the Falcons. So we've got 0.6. So this has to be a catch and shoot, right? That's what we can do in 0.6 seconds?
Or an alley-oop here. Same thing.
Yeah. Giannakopoulos is going to check in for the Falcons, get another bigger body in there to replace Williams. Trying to block for that. You know, we got a lot of guys that can get to the basket. Try it. Oh, nice play there. Klahar couldn't get it to go, but that was the attempt.
Everything but the basket.
Halftime score, 38-27. Falcons in the lead with a monster second quarter, 26-12 quarter there for the Falcons. We are going to watch the dance team, and then we are going to do a couple of commercials, and then I'm going to talk to my friend Peter Whoppy from Game Day, the operation that runs, the operation that we're trying to be when we grow up. So the day has really turned a model into great success for showcasing high school athletics.
We're on their heels, Mike, right now.
We are on their heels. We are on the heels. So here comes the dance team. We're going to watch this, and when they are done, we're going to go right into our commercials from Dime Bank and Norwich Public Utilities.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brining. I'm the 14th General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities. In addition to providing life-essential services to the community of Norwich in gas, water, sewer, and electric, we're also very focused on providing value to the community. We do this through competitive rates, exceptional reliability, exceptional customer service, and involvement in our community. So I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
It is halftime here in Alumni Gym in this big battle between the Fitch Falcons and the NFA Wildcats. And right now, the Wildcats find themselves trailing by 11, 38-27, after they held a three-point lead after one. Very happy to see Peter Whoppy walk into the gym tonight and say, Peter, I need a halftime guest. For those of you that don't know, Peter is the brains of the operation for Game Day, which is the broadcast partner program extension of the day. What's the easiest way to describe Game Day?
I call Game Day the day's sports video brand.
I like that. I like that. And this is now in year 15? 12?
So I think 2012, the winner of 2011-12 was when we started single camera, single laptop, New London boys basketball games in the Chris Dunn era.
And now you guys have, I mean, you talk about the brand. You are the brand. You guys are everywhere. And so explain to me, it's not just about local is, I guess, you're spreading out local, right?
Yeah, so I mean the day's newspaper coverage kind of goes Old Lyme to Stonington, New London, now up to as far north as Killingly. So that's our core area. Game day, we try to cover. We're focused around the New London, Norwich area, but we go up to Killingly. We talk about teams all up and down the eastern part of the state,
Right.
And we've reached out as far as Notre Dame, West Haven, Daniel Hand. So we try to bring some statewide teams on board also.
It's awesome, and it's so good. And I think the thing that I want to talk about is, every week now there's these top 10 countdowns, which what I love about them is they're not, just ECC teams. That you are looking at, some of the others that are in there, because Windham Tech is not an ECC team, right?
Right.
Grasso Tech is not an ECC team. But you are looking at the region's top 10, both with female and male, and I think it's been awesome. I am one of the loyal viewers every week.
Yeah, and so in the fall we just did ECC football, but in the winter with basketball, there's too many good teams in our area. Old Lyme in the Shoreline, Grasso Tech, Windham Tech. My favorite, the Parish Hill Pirate girls basketball team, having a great year in Division 5.
The Parish Hill Pirates, I love it. So in this week's episode, at least on the boys' side, there was a lot of talk about this game because this game really sets up the number 1 seed for the tournament. And from your perspective, you want to be the number 1 because you're not, the loser of this game is playing New London in the semis, right, if the seeds hold.
I think so. And interestingly, I think, and this may be out of date now because of the New London result last night.
Right.
But there was a possibility where someone could win the regular season division title but not be the tournament number 1 seed.
Wow.
Just because of the way tournament seeds work.
Right, and you think about, Fitch gets blown out by New London. We split with New London. Fitch loses to Woodstock. We beat Woodstock. It's crazy how this is working out this year. But I think, we talked earlier, the girls' side is clear, right? We've got Ledyard and we've got Woodstock. And if anything else happens, it's front page news.
It'll be a pretty big surprise. Stonington girls are a very good team, but I think are a real underdog against either one of those.
And certainly the Wildcats are hoping to make a little bit more of a run next year with our young team, and hopefully that's going to happen for Coach Murphy. But what is your prediction for the boys? Let's put you on the spot.
Wow.
Or at least, what's the semifinal matchup?
So I have not dug into the numbers enough to make an educated prediction. Aside from this past quarter that you guys just saw, I would have said NFA is playing the best basketball out of anyone over the last couple of weeks.
Right.
So I would kind of slot them into the 1-2, and New London just seems to be kind of volatile. They've had some injury problems.
Right.
And so out of these 3, they feel like the third best team out of them. But I've had a lot of conversations with people about what should happen, and inevitably that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, right. So the question is, if the seeds hold, then who's the 4? Is it Killingly? Is it Woodstock? I don't know who it is.
I'm unsure. Killingly clinched Division 2 of the regular season last night, so I think that might slot them into the 4. They beat Woodstock pretty solidly by 25, I think.
Well, either way, we look forward to seeing it on game day, and I know our athletes love what you guys do. We appreciate the amount of hours. I know the hours you're putting in for this. I know you're going to go from this and cut up highlights and have it up by the time I probably get home. So we are greatly appreciative of the efforts that you do. I'm appreciative of you being my guest tonight. I wish we could talk for more, but the second half is about to underway.
All right, well, thank you for having me on.
Peter Hoppy from Game Day, appreciate it. We are getting ready for the second half of action here as the Wildcats trail the Falcons 38-27. We're going to look at Good, Janikopoulos, Stone, Simons, Gaskin, and Reels, the original starters for Fitch. For NFA, Klahar, Ford, Stringer, Lavoie, and Success. Josh Lavoie had 8 for NFA in that first half. Ford had 4. First three-pointer for Fitch in the second half is no good. Stringer had 5. Klahar off the bench with 5. Josh is going to get to the line. And Josiah Success had 4 points for NFA in the first half. For Fitch, Georges had 2. Stone had 2. Giannakopoulos had 2. Bryce Williams, 2 3-pointers off the bench for 6. Sakis Reels, 2. Simons Gaskin had 11. And Good had 10, all in transition. Lavoie makes the first. And that Fitch foul was on Giannakopoulos. That's his second.
Good start for NFA. Second half, they go in the 2-3 zone, slows down Fitch, and Josh Lavoie gets to the basket, gets the foul, 2 points.
And we are back to single digits now, 9. Already a different start from the second half back on January 28th when Fitch came out of the locker room on fire. And then the Wildcats ended up fighting back. This one's far from over. But let's see what adjustments both sides made in the locker room. Giannakopoulos, that's Stone, and he buries his first three-pointer of the night. Jamel Stone. So the Falcons are now 5 for 9 from long range. The Wildcats are 2 for 7. Rashawn Klahar working on Reels, gets by him, gets through, loose ball. Oh, I thought that was going to go down to the Falcons.
You know, Fitch does a really good job of getting their hands on the ball when you drive to the basket.
Ford's going to inbounds for the Wildcats. Looking for Klahar, gets it out to Lavoie. Can NFA capitalize 2 times in a row down the court? Carter Stringer's going to try from 15. He can't get it to go. Giannakopoulos with the rebound. That's Xavier Good. His shot is no good from long range. Here's Lavoie. It's a 12-point lead. We're trying to get it to 10. Kareem Brown is barking out defensive instructions for the Falcons. Stringer had an open path to the basket, but Lavoie could not get to him. Shot clock's at 10. Klahar is going to work. Shot clock's at 5. Turnover. Simons Gaskin can't get it to go. Giannakopoulos comes down with a rebound. Good ball movement by the Falcons. Almost throw it away there, and they do. That's going to be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, you hear Coach Kareem Brown yelling, one more, one more, one more. Good ball movement by Fitch trying to get that extra pass for a three-point look.
Stringer inbounds to Lavoie. Josh is going to try a 3. In and out, can't get it. Rebound, Xavier Good. Pushes again. Simons Gaskin, too easy on the transition. Three-pointer from Reels. Sakis with his first field goal of the night is a long-range 3.
Big-time shot fake by Reels, gathering his feet for the three-point shot.
Biggest lead of the night so far for the Falcons. We're at 15. Lavoie to Ford. Jameer loses the ball to Stone. Stone's going to go in. Success is going to send him to the line with a body foul there for Josiah. This is going to be his second foul.
NFA has to do a better job of protecting the ball. Fitch is very aggressive with their hands, and they're popping the ball out, getting the loose balls, and getting off in transition.
Jamel Stone, who just buried a three-pointer, is going to be at the line here to get 2. He's got 5 on the night. Make it 6. Tavion Brown, number 24, checks in. Angel Torres, number 1, checks in. They replace Jameer Ford and Carter Stringer.
Let's see if Tavion Brown gets something going. He's like a microwave. If he gets hot, he can get a couple threes up very quickly.
Stone misses that one. 45-29. I guess I am missing something because I thought it should be 46, but it is what it is. Tavion Brown, he did come off the bench in that first game and hit 2 3-pointers. That would be electric right now if he can do that. Lavoie to Klahar, the shot clock's in single digits. Success, Tavion Brown, 3-point launch. In! That one was on the rim for about 30 seconds.
The microwave coming and hitting a big 3 for NFA.
That is their third 3-pointer of the night. They've taken 8. Sakis Reels, he's warming up. Pure shooter there for the Falcons. Answer a 3 with a 3. And a turnover. 16 is the lead now. Scoreboard caught up, so now we are where we need to be. Simons Gaskin, his 3 is no good. Brown with the rebound. Up to Klahar. What a shot there. Simons Gaskin thinks he was clean, but Rushawn is going to find himself at the free throw line.
Klahar with the aggressive take. He is athletic, Mike, in the open floor. Good pass by Tavion Brown, giving him the ball early and in advanced.
He's also 3 for 4 so far from the line. Make that 4 for 5. It's so funny, like he looks so out of control, but he's not, for him.
He's a freakish athlete, so he does things others can't do, and you know something's going to happen when he has the ball in his hands.
And in that case, he gets 2 the old-fashioned way. Cuts it to 14, 48-34, just halfway through the third quarter.
Looks like NFA is extending their zone beyond the 3-point line now.
They need a stop and a score. Xavier Good works with Giannakopoulos. Gets the ball all the way out to Stone. Shot clock's at 10. Nice play inside there. Sakis Reels got free. He's got 8 so far in the second half. Lavoie from 15. He can't get it to go. Success knocks the ball out of bounds. Bryce Williams back into the game for the Falcons. He replaces Stone. Williams is a sophomore, came in and buried 2 3-pointers off the bench as part of that second quarter run. This is Xavier Good, Caden Simons Gaskin. Williams thought about it, Klahar in his face. The defense is extending further and further, it seems. Giannakopoulos, Williams pulls the trigger, can't get it to go. Rebound Wildcats. Can we make something happen here in the closing minutes of the third? What we can happen is that Rushawn Klahar is going to get himself to the line again.
A great defensive stop by NFA. You know, they have to be aware of the decoy that Fitch puts at the foul line. Whenever he gets, he's going to pitch it back out to the 3, and they did close out effectively. And then Klahar in the open floor is really unstoppable. He can get to the rim anytime he wants.
This is that free throw. Gabriel Georges checks back in. He replaces Giannakopoulos. They've had a good rotation going there. Georges is a junior. Rushawn gets 1 of 2. He's 6 of 8 from the line, and it's a 15-point game. The goal is single digits by the 4th, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, Bryce Williams is going to try to extend that, but he can't. Loose ball out of bounds. Going to be NFA basketball. Fitch has attempted 15 3-pointers. They've made 7. The Wildcats are 3 for 8. Those 4 3-pointers are basically the difference in the game. Lavoie's got open space. Can't get it to go. Looking for a foul. He's not going to get it. .2:10 left. Xavier Good can't get the 3 to go. Success pulls down the rebound. Here we go again. Klahar. Torres is going to try 3. Angel can't get it to go. Tavion Brown, smallest guy on the court, big rebound, can't get it to go. Success misses. Back come the Falcons. Xavier Good is pushing. And we have a timeout on the floor. Coach Brown is not happy. That would be Kareem Brown. I don't think Coach Jeff Brown is too happy either. So we got a break here in the third quarter, a chance for me to tell you about Dime Bank. Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking, lives here. For more than 120 years, Norwich Public Utilities has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, you can always count on NPU. NPU is very excited to sponsor NFA basketball, and we are grateful for their support. So there's 1:54 left in the third. It's a 15-point lead for the Falcons. They had an 11-point lead at the half, so they've extended it by 4. That's Georges. He's going to try to get by Klahar. That's not going to happen. Williams, Simons Gaskin. Nice pass underneath to Georges. Can't get it to go. What a look from Simons Gaskin. Here's Klahar. Wildcats are looking for offense anywhere they can get it. Lavoie's going to try and drive. He's going to get himself to the line. You know, comparatively, Josh is not making a difference tonight in the scorebook. He's got 10, but he's been swallowed up on these defensive possessions.
He's very effective on that left side, as we have alluded to many times, and he got to the line by taking the ball and getting his body into the defender's body and drawing the foul.
He's also very effective at making free throws. He makes the first there. This one would cut it to 13 if it's good. And it is 50-37 Falcons. How can the Wildcats get this to single digits going into the fourth? That's got to be the key. But Sakis Reels in and out for 3. He was going to have something to say about that. Lucky break there for the Wildcats.
That would have been a dagger, Mike.
Torres to success. Giancopoulos blocks it. Torres rebound, follow, no good. Back come the Falcons. Tough opportunity there. We needed a bucket. Simons Gaskin. Success is going to draw. Oh. I wish we could roll back the replay. I thought he had position. He certainly looked like he set up.
I actually thought he had position too. I think he may have gotten a foul on the drive on the hand, but that's not what the referee called. He called a block.
He called the block, yeah. Simons Gaskin's going to go to the line. His first attempts of the night. It's the third foul on Success. Caden had 11 in the first half. That's his first point here in the second half. And he gets 2. So it's back to a 15-point lead. 52-37, 47 seconds left. One possession at a time for the Wildcats. Angel Torres with a move out of nowhere.
It's a great drive by Torres, going left, using the ball screen by Success, getting contact and finishing.
Great chance for a three-point play here. That's the third foul on Reels. Bryce Williams also has 3. Coach Brown is trying to ask Sakis what happened there. Doesn't seem like he has an answer. Angel Torres has an answer at the line. That three-point play brings it down to a 12-point lead now, 52-40. Still a chance to get it to double digits, or single digits. Xavier Good. That's Gabriel DeDios who checked in for Fitch. He wears number 12. That's going to be a travel. So here's a chance to cut it to 10. Shot clock is off. 26 seconds left. This is a big possession for the Wildcats. Torres is going to inbound to Tavian Brown.
Tavian's been playing the point a little bit the last few minutes, trying to get others involved off of the ball.
And in this case, it's Josh Lavoie who's doubled up immediately. And the foul, and that's going to send Josh to the line as Fitch is over the limit.
I like what Coach Brown's doing right now. He's trying to get Josh off the stagger screens at the foul line, get him to the left side of the floor so he can operate within space. This time he draws the foul off of the double team.
DeDios picks up his first foul. Lavoie back to the line with a chance to cut it to 10. First one is good. Jamel Stone checks back in for the Falcons, replaces DeDios. Shooter's roll there for Lavoie. 10-point lead for the Falcons. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Wildcats need a stop. Xavier Good. Sakis reels. Shot's no good. We got time. Can Tavion get it up? He can, but he can't get it to fall. Well, I think when you were looking at a 15-point lead not too long ago, to get it down to 10 at 52-42 is a little momentum there for the Wildcats. And before we talk any more about that, let's get a message from our friends at Norwich Public Utilities.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brining. I'm the 14th General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities. In addition to providing life-essential services to the community of Norwich in gas, water, sewer, and electric, we're also very focused on providing value to the community. We do this through competitive rates, exceptional reliability, exceptional customer service, and involvement in our community. So I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
Back inside Alumni Gym, and also a chance for me to mention our friends at ProCop Signs. NFA basketball is supported by ProCop Signs, locally owned and family operated since 1964. Vehicle wraps and lettering, wide format printing, banners, posters, and more. Located in Taffville, you can learn more at procopsigns.com. On the floor for the Falcons, Simons, Gaskin, Good, Reels, Giannakopoulos, and Jamel Stone, their starters. For the Wildcats, sticking with the team that ended that third quarter, it's Brown, Torres, Success, Lavoie, and Klahar. NFA has the ball, a chance to get it to single digits on the first possession of the final quarter. There's that play to Success. Great defense by the Falcons with a block. Success on the feed from Torres, but they could not get it to go.
Great transition defense by NFA, closing out the three-point shooters.
Xavier Good shot, that's no good. Rebound is bounced around. Tavion Brown up to Klahar. He saves it and pulls it back. Another chance to get it to single digits. A great first play out of the timeout by Coach Jeff Brown. Lavoie to Tavion Brown. Three-pointer, Tavion Brown.
You gotta love that kid, the microwave, doing it all right now, hitting shots, playing aggressive defense, blocking out, making things happen, contesting the three-point shooters.
And we've got ourselves a ball game. It's back to 7. And Fitch throws it out of bounds. Tavion Brown came off the bench for 2 3-pointers at the game in Groton, and he's done it again here at the game in Alumni Gym.
The other thing that's happened, Mike, is he's playing point guard position right now because they're trying to get Josh off the ball. Tavion Brown looks confident as he's orchestrating the offense right now.
He's orchestrating it to Angel Torres. Angel with a spin move. Kicks it back to Brown. Good is all over him. Shot clock's at 12. Gets the play from Coach Brown. Says move it forward. Rashawn Klahar now. Shot clock's at 6. Got to make a move. Tavion Brown. He's going to launch from about 15. Oh, Tavion!
The microwave once again.
It is a 5-point game.
This kid's got guts.
5 straight points from the Wildcats. Look at him now. He's clapping in front of Xavier Good. He's got the place alive from the student section. Huge defensive possession here. He's causing Good to reset. The shot clock's at 12.
NFA cannot give up a three-point shot right now.
Good's going to drive. Ball is knocked loose into the hands of Torres. Ahead to Lavoie. He fakes. He scores. 52-49.
We got ourselves a ball game.
Fitch has to call timeout.
Crowd's going crazy right now. Tavion Brown igniting the NFA crowd and their team.
The first 7 points of the fourth quarter belong to the Wildcats. The 15-point lead that the Falcons had has been erased and cut to 3. What a start.
NFA has made the adjustment on defense. They're not giving up wide open three-point shots. They're contesting everything right now, and they're increasing their probability of Fitch missing three-point shots. That's all you can ask for from your defense.
So if you talk about that probability, the Falcons are 7 for 16 from 3. In the second half, 5, 6, 9, they are 2 for 9. So much worse percentage than they had in the first half. The Wildcats are 2 for 2 here in the second half, thanks to Tavion Brown, who's got 8 off the bench. 5:46, lots to play here. 52-49, Falcons. Student section on their feet and clapping. Inside it goes to Simons Gaskin with a great feed to Giannakopoulos.
Can't give up something that easy off of a timeout. Can't happen for NFA.
It's a 5-point lead.
That's a foul.
That is a foul. Happened right in front of him, and he doesn't call it.
Contest.
Stone is going to launch 3, and there it just turns around that quickly. Unbelievable. Jamel Stone with his second three-pointer of the half, and now it's back to 8. It was just 3 moments ago. There's plenty of time. Lavoie to Torres. Torres spins on Reels. He finds Klahar. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Oh, they got a foul.
Yeah, it's a good call. Officials have done a tremendous job. They missed that last one. They are human, but that was a good call right there.
Fouls on Stone, his first, team's first in the final quarter. 4:53 left. The Wildcats have got this to 8. They've cut it in half, basically. Lavoie, fadeaway, good.
Big time ball fake by Josh Lavoie to get space on that shot.
It's a 6-point game. The chant is defense. The Falcons are patient. Brown is all over Reels. Reels is going to launch 3. He can't get it to go. The rebound is in the hands of the Wildcats. 3-on-1. Klahar can't get it to go. Lavoie trying for the steal. That's an unfortunate turn of events right there.
It's got to be a foul on that play, Mike.
There's got to be a bucket either way for us at some point. If the free throw line are out, that's out of bounds off of Fitch.
I like the pass by Josh Lavoie. Got the ball to the hands of Klahar. Klahar got fouled. No call. No basket.
6-point game. Can the Wildcats cut it to 4? We're halfway through the fourth with 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Now we've got the ball game we were looking for. Lavoie goes to his familiar position, finds success. Torres juggled but has control. Plenty of time on the shot clock. It's at 15. Wildcats settle down. Tavion Brown was calling for the ball, knocked out of the hands of Torres. Falcons can't finish. 3 on none. Tavion gets his 10th point off the bench, and it's a 4-point game.
Great look-ahead pass for Torres. Very unselfish.
Torres
play.
and Brown have been the resurgence for the Wildcats. Defensive chant is loud. Oh, turnover. Success thrown right to him. He almost didn't know what to do with it.
He almost double
He
dribbled.
almost did. It was like last night when Liv Bialois ended up with that ball. He's like, wait, I got to shoot this. 3 minutes left. It's a 4-point game, and it's did Coach Brown get the timeout, or we have a foul first? Fouls on Giannakopoulos, his 3rd. Team's 2nd. NFA has yet to commit a foul in the 4th quarter. 3:05 on the clock, 57-53 Falcons, who held a 10-point lead at the end of the quarter. Got to get the ball in here, and he does, barely. Lavoie working to his familiar left side. Tavion again, can't find it there. Rebound Falcons.
Good shot by Tavion Brown.
Hey, he's made 2 of them. You can't argue with that.
NFA looks tired right now. They have to dig in on the defensive end. They can't give up an open three-pointer.
The lead is 4. The shot clock's at 15. The game clock's at 2:35. Can the Wildcats stop the Falcons on this possession? Caden Simons Gaskin, shot clock's at 5. Giannakopoulos kicks it out to Reels. Sakis Reels.
Every time Giannakopoulos gets the ball, he's not going to look to score. He's going to look to fan it out to the three-point shooter there.
Sakis Reels, who only had 2 in the first half, has 11 here in the second half, and now it's back to 7. All of a sudden it feels a lot more daunting as we approach the 2-minute mark. Klahar's going to drive. He's going to kick to Brown. Can he do it again? He cannot. Rebound Klahar. Inside to Success. Shot blocked. Here come the Falcons. Torres is hounding Good. That's going to be a foul on Angel. It's going to be no basket. Wow, did we have an opportunity there? It's
Sure
a
did.
7-point game. I mean, it's not over, but man, if that could have gotten a 2, this place would have erupted. Fitch is going to inbound. Simons Gaskin comes down with it. They're going to milk the clock here a little bit unless they get an easy one. Not sure that's an easy one for Simons Gaskin, but he sure makes it look easy.
You know, Fitch is just very composed. They got rattled a little bit. They got back into settling down and getting into an offensive flow, and they're making all the right plays.
62-53. It was just 4, and if this one goes, it'll be back to 10. And it's a 10-point game. Wildcats trying to get something on the board here and do it quickly. Lavoie's going to throw it up, and he's going to get it to cut it to 8, and there's going to be a timeout on the floor called by Coach Jeff Brown. Whew! A lot going on here, but it sure is fun. It sure is fun. NFA basketball presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs.
Look for NFA to come out with some pressure here in terms of trying to get a steal and trying to speed Fitch up. In doing so, they still can't give up a 3 in transition, which is a really daunting task.
Jameer Ford's going to check in for the Wildcats, so it's an 8-point lead. This is not over by any means, but we got to get a stop. NFA started the game with a 3-point lead after the first quarter. Fitch went crazy in the second quarter to turn a 3-point deficit into an 11-point lead. The Wildcats trailed by as many as 15 in the third, but they got it down to 10, and they just had it down to 4. But since that moment where it was down to 4, it's been a 6-2 effort here by the Falcons to get this back to an 8-point game. There's a minute 20 left. Coach Brown's got to figure out how to extend this game. Full court press is on. Xavier Good. With only 2 fouls, I wonder when you start fouling before it's a little bit too late here. But it is still, it's a 3-possession game. Wildcats are sitting back in their zone. The shot clock's at 17. The game clock's at a minute. Klahar now comes out. I feel like this might be setting too much time gone. Shot clock's at 6. Good's going to drive. This has got to be a stop. And instead, it's an easy bucket from Sakis Reels. That one hurt. 10 points, 65-45. 41 seconds left. We got to get points, and we got to get them fast. Tavion Brown gets 2 more. What a game for Tavion. He's got 12 off the bench. He's trying to foul Good, and he does. But that's only the second foul for NFA. So they've got 3 more. So they've got a foul, and they've got to foul fast. Lavoie's got a foul. Simons Gaskin, he does. Almost got the tap. Interesting exchange of looks there between the two of them. 3rd foul on NFA. They've got to do 1 more, and then Fitch will, actually 2 more before Fitch goes to the line. There's the 4th team foul. The game clock is at 23.4. This has taken 3 seconds. Next foul, the Falcons will go to the line. And that's going to be on Klahar, and it's going to send Sakis Reels to the line. Sakis has been on fire in the second half. He's hit 3 3-pointers. He's got 13 overall in the second half, 15 for the game. And he's got 2 shots coming here. So you got to get, you're hoping for a miss and then a quick bucket. So there's part 1. It's 65-57. He misses here. We come down, cut it to 5. Different ball game. But he makes that one. Torres gets bodied. Only the 3rd foul on the Falcons. Not a bad move there. Good sportsmanship between Good and Torres. 4th foul on Reels. Wildcats try to get something quick here with 17-6 left. Lavoie's going to launch a 3. He's not going to get it. Rebound Falcons, and that's going to do it. Fitch is going to go to the line with 11 seconds left, up 9.
Fitch bent a little bit, but they certainly did not break. They withstood NFA's run. NFA made a tremendous run at it, and Fitch did what all good teams do, really good teams. They settled in, they made the plays they had to make, they got the stops that they needed to get, and they're going to pull out a win here.
They're going to pull out a win. They're going to, in doing so, they're going to earn the ECC regular season Division I title, and with that comes the number 1 seed in the tournament. Reels makes them both. He's going to finish the night with 18 points. Torres is going to get an easy bucket on that end. And the final score is 68-59. It had its moments. There's no question it had its moments of great high school basketball. But like you said, Fitch bent, but they did not break.
NFA did a tremendous job of crawling their way back into this game. They battled, they fought, and they came up a little bit short, but certainly not a lack of effort on the part of NFA. And again, hats off to Fitch. They're a very good team. They were composed. They were in control for most of the game. They lost control for a few minutes and then regained what they had to regain and settled in and took over the game at the end.
So if we just run down the scoring for the Wildcats, Josh Lavoie led the way with 20. Angel Torres had 5. Jameer Ford 4. Carter Stringer 5. 8 points from Rashawn Klahar. 4 points for Josiah Success. And Tavion Brown with 12 off the bench in the second half to help fuel that run. For the Falcons, Sakis Reels had 18 to lead the way, followed by 16 from Simons Gaskin. 6 points from Bryce Williams, 2 threes off the bench. Xavier Good had 10 all in the first half, all in transition. 4 points from Charlie Giannakopoulos, 9 points from Jamel Stone, and 2 points from Gabriel Georges. So this puts the Wildcats at 11-8, and it's actually 2 losses in a row, and a big game Friday in the finale against Griswold, at Griswold.
On the road.
Now that one isn't going to, I don't believe that's going to impact the ECC tournament seeding because of the divisions, but certainly that game, win or loss, is going to impact the state seedings. Coming into this, Fitch was actually seeded 5th in Division II, and we were 18. So that's going to get finalized over the next couple days, and we're going to see how everything plays out. But this was a tough one. I mean, we had a great first quarter. We had a great fourth quarter, and just in between, not enough to hold on for the Lions.
Yeah, and Josh Lavoie scored 20 points, but it was a hard 20.
A hard 20, absolutely.
They made him earn everything, and obviously Tavion Brown had a big fourth quarter. And I'd like to see us continue to grow and reflect on these games. One of the things that stood out to me was Josiah's success in terms of he got the ball a few times down low, a pump fake, maybe 1 or 2 pump fakes to create space to get a couple layups off would have helped him. But those are things you can learn from. You can watch film, you can prepare for the next game, and most importantly, get ready for the tournament.
And talking about preparing for the next game, so I believe we are going to be back here on February 26th for what should be an ECC quarterfinal game. Again, the seeding will be determined after Friday's game, so we'll know more. We'll post it on our social media with what's going on. Unlikely that we're going to have a home game in the state playoffs, so I believe the 26th is going to be our final game. But we will definitely be here for that ECC action. So we have to thank our friend Dan Simino pushing all the buttons behind the scenes to make this flow. I got to thank my partner Anthony Menard. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Dime Bank, Norwich Public Utilities, and ProCop Signs. From Alumni Gym on the campus of Norwich Free Academy, the Wildcats fall to the Falcons 68-59.